Alright, so I wanted to make this video, just for out there for anybody that's gonna do this conversion deal or relocating the radio. As you can see, I already pulled my knobs out. As you can see right here, you just pull them straight out. Alright, and I took them off. And this bottom portion, this bottom area right here, the owner that I bought it from actually had put this piece of crap in there. Now I don't know what for, but anyway, looks like a piece of cheap plastic or whatever. But anyway, that's not the issue. Alright, so we're going to be really relocating this radio down to this area, which Mitsubishi should have done a better job of putting something else up here, like a gauge cluster or something, which at the end, that's what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so this has two screws on the top here. As you can see, you got one here and one there. Alright, once you pull that baby out, those two screws out, all you got to do is jiggle it out. See, it's loose. So all you got to do is jiggle and it comes out like so. Alright, that's what the part looks like. Now, the top one, as you already see, I pulled my knobs out, my 3 knobs, okay? And I've got a very good tool that I got. It's a plastic pry bar. I'm trying to look for it. Here we go. Alright, and you can find these at your tool warehouses. I got this one from Harbor Freight. It actually brings 5 different ones, which I can show you. It's for upholster stuff. See, it brings these different sizes and stuff like that. So, you got different sizes for your stuff, whatever you're gonna pull off. I use this plastic pry bar. It won't, scuff or any marks or anything on your while you're prying. Okay, on your interior. Now you're gonna have to pull it a little bit off from this edge, and then you just pull and pry around. And once you've got all the clips unclipped, all you got to do is grab this baby right here and give it a whirl. There you go. No clips broken. Alright. Now, next step will be to undo my radio. As you can see, I already took two bolts off, 2 screws off. Now I'm going to be taking the other ones off and rerouting my wires down to this area here, and that will be my next step. So, alright, I just wanted to show you guys what the original Mitsubishi bezel looks like. Alright, and I had the other one here with me, but I just took it off. The original one that's stuck down here. Alright, so as you can see, it's got a bigger opening. It's basically the same piece, bigger opening. I got this for about 60-70 bucks from eBay, but it's an original Mitsubishi. You guys can see the textures and all this stuff. Alright, so I got the other one here. I'm gonna try to do my best to, let me see if I can pitch this in here. That's the OEM one, and this is the new one. As you can see, side by side there, they are same thing. The only thing that changes is shape. Alright, just wanted to take that few seconds there to show you the difference. Every clip's all the same. Alright, for the top, this is the piece that goes here. Okay, for the AC bezel. Alright, I had mentioned I was going to put some gauges up on the top, or if I didn't, now I did. Alright, so I'm going to be putting some odometer gauges on it here. So, I bought this from Odometer. It was like 40 somewhat bucks with the shipping. It's got these screws. Alright, and this will be mounted in this position here, as you can see. Alright, got to drill some holes for the screws or whatever. Bam. I'm going to be painting it and making it looking pretty, so it looks like one piece. Alright, a little surgery, and the radio will be down there. Alright, so I just want to give it a shot so you guys can see what I'm up to. We had to go and pull the radio out. As long as you pull 4 screws on the sides, like I told you before. Now just pull the radio out. And I already had done this, but decided to stop and give you guys a close video so you know what I'm up to. Take the radio out. And when you pull the radio out, you're going to find this plugged into the radio and your antenna jack. Okay. Now, what my issue was that I pulled these tabs off. Okay. And the relocation piece that I bought, which I had showed you in prior segments of the video, said when I bought it off of eBay that I could use my stock brackets, which is this one here. Okay, well, such is life that whenever you're gonna get your kit, your relocation kit, you need to have the relocation brackets. Why? Because these are too long, and I'll show you. When you get this baby in here, okay, this is how far off it's going to be. Now you see, these are what you're going to bolt, and let me see if I can get this so you guys can see how far off it is. See how far off that is? Look, you got about, I would say about 1 inch farther away than it really has to, and that, my friends, is no good. So I went and I did some research, and I noticed that these brackets, as they specify on eBay, when I bought my relocation piece, which is in this box. Alright, it's in this box here, which your guys already know what the heck it is. Alright, so that's the piece that goes down there. Whenever you gonna buy this piece here, alright, you might want to get these here. Alright, and as you can see, so I'm going to show you. Give me a second here. These are actual original Mitsubishi. I don't know if you guys can see that there pretty good, but as you can see, these are original Mitsubishi pieces. Okay, these are actually made for you. Those of you did not know, the relocation brackets that you're going to get are from a DVD changer. I mean a DVD, excuse me, a CD changer that comes with the car. I guess it's a different model. It might be an Asian or whatever it is. I've never seen it in an American spec Evo. But anyway, let me get one of these bad boys out of here, and I'll show you what it is. All right, the difference. Now, as you can see, the back part is basically the same. I've seen some people on the internet, cut this bracket to here and screw in and use this. I don't know, I'm kind of really maniac. I don't like stuff like that. I'm really meticulous on my builds and the stuff that I do to my car. So, alright, so as you can see, the bolt area that you're going to bolt to your radio and to your dash portion is going to be totally different. Now, there you can observe how far out it's about. I would say maybe 2 inches. Could be a little more, a little less, but 2 inches. As you can see, the bolt area is the same, but it's got this flange that you can bolt your second bolt, your first bolt to your radio. Okay? Now, with that being said, when you go buy your kit, your relocation kit, just don't go ahead and get that piece. Go ahead and make sure that you look at the pictures that are, for the definition or the description of the product that you're going to get, that you do have these clips, these brackets with the kit itself, because that piece alone, you won't be able to install it unless you have to cut this off, like I already clarified. So my next step will be to bolt these babies on here and proceed to go and get the radio onto the dash itself. Alright, so I just wanted to give you a quick recap of what I was doing. As you can remember, the cables came out to this area here. Now what I did was I relocated the cables. I rerouted them. As you can see, this has this clip. I took this piece off, unplugged it, and it was actually running through let me see if I can give you a close-up of what I did. The antenna and the antenna power, because your antenna does have a 12 positive bolt. It was through this area here. Let me see if I can get my hand through it. Well, I can't reach around it that much, but as you can see, it's coming through here, through this area here. I unplugged it, pulled the cable out through there, and as you can see, now it's here. Because it wasn't long enough to have enough cable down to the area down here. So I rerouted that cable on the top, and this is what you got. Plugged it back in, and now you have enough slack for you to plug the radio in. Also, originally it was passed through behind the AC control unit. I actually unplugged that like I showed you, and I passed this, the main plug for the radio, behind. There's like a little bar running back there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this bar, it was running on this side, on the inside, and now I ran it on the outside, so it's loose. See, between the air conditioning unit and the engine, the motor area there, and then I pulled it out, and now you have not too much slack, but just enough to where you can move it around and it's not getting caught nowhere. And this one too. All right, so let's go to the next step. All right, so now I just want to show you how the brackets came out. As you can see, you still got your two main bolts on there, or your screws, and your dash mounting surface on both sides. All right, these do not have a side, so if you are gonna need it, if you get your relocating kit without these cost me about, I think it was $6 or $7 each, and it was like $7 shipping. You can find multiple companies on the internet. It took about 4 days to get shipped. So this is the part number, MR532981. See, as it says here, bracket CD. You would have to get two of them. They don't come together, so it's the same part number for both. This next. Okay. Now we can go ahead and plug the antenna in. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm doing here. You plug your antenna in, and this is the part where it gets a little bit tight. Just roll your antenna in here and your plug. So it's a little bit tight, like I told you guys, but eventually you'll be able to get it in. There it goes. Okay, now all you need to do is push it in, and mount your 4 bolt holes here. 1, 2, and you got 2 more on this side, just like you did on the top here. On the top you have 2 and 2. As you can see, it's got the same stubs, the keepers or whatever you have you. Alright, so radio install is basically done. Recap, I screwed the radio in on the 4 bolts, as same up here. As you can see, I put another spare bolts I had around to keep the dash from shaking, because this is part of the dash back here. It's a metal piece. So, I don't know, sometimes you feel, you know, shakes in your dash or whatever, and it's the screws that people don't put back in. As you can see, this is metal back here. This is all this metal fascia. I mean, this plastic fascia with the dash. So you really want to tighten those down. I put the 4 on the base on this side, and the bezel came out good, the dash piece. As you can see, everything fit in pretty with the lines. It looks pretty good. I mean, it could have been worse. As you can see, everything, you know, is pretty much aligned. No gaps. The radio fits awesome. The lines are on the money. As you can see, I put 2 screws on the top, bolted up. Very nice. I mean, it is a stock Mitsubishi piece, but yep. Now I'll put in my gauges or whatever, but that's something else. Let's get this baby on, so you guys see that it does work. Turn that baby on. I got my reggaeton going on here. As you can see it working. So it's working fine. Now, as you're going through your shifts, you don't have to lift your hand all the way up here to change it. You can just, you know, do it from your shifter knob like it should have been done. Hope that this helps out anybody that's in need of getting this done. And please don't hate. I do this on my off time or whatever. So have any questions, just go ahead and ask on the bottom comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. God bless. Good luck on your install, and good luck.